and Baton Rouge Marathon Madness. We're going to have all the fun, all the action, and a few surprises coming up for you this morning. It's Flower Power. Find out why these guys have blossomed into Louisiana Marathon favorites and how their pedals make all the difference. Plus, meet a marathon world record holder, despite the fact that he's never come in first place. His unforgettable secrets to success, happiness, and fulfillment on and off the course. And Dr. Nick, if you feel you're teetering on the verge of burnout, he shows us new ways to avoid it, treat it, and overcome it. But first, more on the Baton Rouge Marathon. Running in Red Stick has never been more popular, and it's never been more fun. More than 8,000 runners hit the pavement to race in Red Stick's 4th Louisiana Marathon. The 3-day event brought in athletes from all 50 states and 12 different countries. The highlight is this: Sunday's full and half marathon races. It brought out more than just competitors. It brought out the best in everyone. By 7 Sunday morning, locals lined the streets, cheering, encouraging, offering food and drink. All signs that we're happy they're here. The lead runner was here about an hour ago, so all of these people don't quite have that good of a time, but they're certainly having a good time.
It's a beautiful course. The people are so nice. It's a great marathon. The weather couldn't be any better. Nice and flat, perfect.
One of the things that surprises me the most is that all these people who do so many marathons and they're so dedicated will stop and grab a beer during the middle of the race.
Yeah, mile 10 I felt great, and I knew there was a beer coming. It was just like ecstatic going, I have a beer.
Beer was in higher demand than water. Some runners even opted for something stronger. Others grabbed a sugar rush, devouring a good old donut, much to the delight of the crowd. But I'm not sure how well it sat in their stomach. If it wasn't refreshments and cheers keeping the runners going, a little flowering up always helps. These guys are blooming with encouragement.
We rode to mile 23 and cheered on everybody at the end. They're struggling at that point. They need a little flower power.
I don't know who's having more fun out here, the runners or the spectators, but I certainly found a runner who's able to pretty much combine both.
So I party my way through all these.
This is Clyde Shank's 150th marathon, a big day for any runner. He lives in Dallas, but chose to run his 150th in Baton Rouge. It's his 3rd time here.
I love it. This is Partyville.
How does it rank compared to the rest of them?
Oh, way up there. Way up there.
He used to be obsessed with his race time until his wife started running marathons with him more than a decade ago. He says she taught him the best lesson of all.
God bless her heart. She taught me slowing down and partying during a marathon, just keeping your pace nice and easy and and just really having fun is the key to being healthy.
Clyde always makes new friends off and on the route called life.
I don't know that we'll find it. Hey! All right, rockin' Andrew!
This is Clyde's 3rd marathon in just 8 days.
You gotta find your passions in life and pursue them.
As we say around here, laissez les bon temps rouler.
Great people, you gotta enjoy all the crowds that come out. And when you interact with the people in the crowds, that pulls them into the excitement. And hopefully it'll entice some of the people in the spectator group to come out and join us.
And evidently he's right. The number of runners in Baton Rouge has ballooned since the marathon first started 4 years ago. Organizers say it's shaping a healthier community one step at a time. Coming up as Weekends with Whitney continues. All these people are in the midst of their run right now, but the fun comes next. We're going to show you how Baton Rouge really throws a victory party for all the runners in Red Stick.
Maggio Buick GMC, your satisfaction's our specialty. We really deliver on Falls River, here in New Roads. Small town atmosphere, legendary service for over 60 years. Maggio, the only way to go. The only way to go, that's Maggio.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ann Zedlitz, board-certified dermatologist, laser specialist, and an expert injector. Not all skin types are the same, so not all treatment should be the same. Are you looking to reduce fine lines and wrinkles? We can do that. Scarring from acne or injuries, or what about stretch marks? Tired of dealing with rosacea or uneven pigmentation? Are you looking to lift or tighten your skin? We can do that too. Come see me and my team of experts here at Z Dermatology.
New location now in Prairieville.
Welcome back to Weekends with Whitney. Well, whether they've run 13.1 miles or 26.2, the party is not over. Oh no, the run is just part of the fun, because after that, everyone comes out for the celebration. Frank Hope, or Scooby as his friends call him, has run all 4 Louisiana marathons. Today was nearly perfect.
This year was phenomenal. The weather was perfect. A little bit cold at the start, but it warmed up, and the finishing weather is phenomenal.
Okay. So was his running. He had his best time ever, just under 5 hours. And even 2 hours after running 26.2 miles, he was still going. During that race, others kept him going.
It's unlike other courses where you kind of know that a cheering section is coming up. On this course, it's sporadic. You know, people pop up where you don't expect them. It's phenomenal. You know, run around the backside of the lakes. There was this one house that had They had Bloody Marys and mojitos and beers, and it was phenomenal. It was exactly what I needed to keep going with where I was.
For Linda Fulmore and Linda Lee, who stopped their half marathon run for a hug, hello, and hydration, this race was not about the clock.
I think because at my age, I want to keep running. So if I can, whatever I can do to better that run, to make it easier on me, which is a good recovery for my legs, not so much my cardiovascular, but for my legs, then that's what I need to do. And that's what I was looking at, totally.
Geraldine Simon was happy to find her running friends along the course.
My marathon story was, it was very painful because I've been going through a lot of injuries lately. Yeah. But I met up with Linda and Linda Lee, and I took a lot of pictures on the way. It wasn't a timing thing, it was just a fun thing to see if I can get through it.
And how do you feel about you right now?
I can't wait to get home.
And what?
And soak in an Epsom salt bath.
And remember Clyde Shank, who I met during the race? Well, I couldn't find his wife during the run, but I did run into her at the celebration. Kelly says she started racing in 2001 to feel the joy.
Just watching him at the finish line and to watch the other people, and I thought, I want to feel like that. You know, once you stand at a finish line, you really get perspective.
For Kelly, it's never been about finishing first.
The people that are at the beginning, it's easy for them, but the back of the pack, that's the heart and the soul right there. And you see the different expressions and how happy they are to accomplish something like that. I mean, 26.2 miles, it's a long ways. It really is. Until you set your heart on it, you don't understand, I think, really, how hard it is.
Kelly told me Clyde's joy is helping others cross that finish line.
He usually tries to find someone in trouble, and then he'll bring them in with him, because he said, you know, I've done all these marathons, so the finish line to me isn't that exciting unless I'm helping someone that's in trouble. So last week he found a little guy that was, I think, 17 or 18 years old, and the week before is a young girl, and he just gives them little supplements and helps them and brings them to the finish line.
Helping others has helped Clyde achieve amazing things no one else in the world ever has.
That he's the oldest person in the world that has done all 50 states, all the continents twice, and the North Pole. He is.
No, he evidently wanted you to brag on him.
He's very humble. He never tells people that. He's about to finish the 50 states for the second time around, and he only has 2 more continents to finish the continents for the 3rd time. He's my hero.
Hey, party, have a great time in life, and go after whatever turns you on.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ann Zedlitz, board-certified dermatologist, laser specialist, and an expert injector. Not all skin types are the same, so not all treatment should be the same. Are you looking to reduce fine lines and wrinkles? We can do that. Scarring from acne or injuries, or what about stretch marks? Tired of dealing with rosacea or uneven pigmentation? Are you looking to lift or tighten your skin? We can do that too. Come see me and my team of experts here at Z Dermatology.
New location now in Prairieville.
On the lakes at LSU rests the Cook Hotel and Conference Center. When you're traveling to Baton Rouge, the choice is simple. A prime location for business or pleasure. Family-friendly, unparalleled service and hospitality. Complimentary full buffet breakfast. Business efficient. 128 distinctive deluxe rooms and luxury suites. Private and relaxing campus environment unique to the city. When you're traveling to Baton Rouge, the choice is simple. The Cook Hotel and Conference Center at LSU.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love. Quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Welcome back to Weekends with Whitney. Do you ever feel like you're just on the verge of burnout? Well, the best thing is not to get to that point, right? We can't always live like we're on fire or we will burn out. Dr. Nick is joining us this morning to help us prevent it. Great to see you.
Whitney, I left for vacation on Christmas Eve, and I felt like when I left I was on fire. And when I got back, I felt like I was on the clouds. Calm and cool and refreshed. I promise. And I was laughing all the way over here thinking about this topic. You know, in the Roman Catholic tradition, we've used hell, the image of hell as fire.
Right. And
the image of heaven as these floating clouds up above. And you think about it, it's really not, to live on fire can be pretty hard. And that's what a lot of us do. We live on fire. We're constantly going and going and going. There's not enough, there's not enough. And I have kind of a little bit of a theory of that I'd just like to share with the viewers. I think even though, this is not completely a religious culture, I think many of us have a messianic complex, that we think we got to save the world. We got to do it all. We got to be available. We can never turn the cell phone off because we may be needed. Now, you think about it.
You're right.
That's a messianic complex.
You're
like,
right.
It's all dependent on me. And when I went to New York, and you know the business I'm in, I was like, it ain't God's covering. That's what I usually say.
Okay.
Really. And I know that's my faith.
Because the holidays are tough for people who
are tough for
certainly
people.
in crisis.
But what good am I going to be if I don't get away and really recharge and regroup? And if nothing more, just simply relax and get back to, this is not about me. Who I am is not about what I produce and what I achieve and what I accomplish. It's not. It's how we carry ourselves with some sense of we're just lovable or we're not.
I do think that a lot of us think we have to earn the love, earn the respect, and I don't know why we're taught that all the time, but it defines us.
Whitney, I think that's insightful, and I'm glad you said it. I try real hard to be realistic, and I don't want to necessarily live on the clouds. We live in capitalism, and in the capitalism society, there is something about work and worth and earning and getting somewhere. It just needs to be balanced, with I'm not on the clock. I'm taking time off right now. I'm not available. As I said, it bothers me so much that people go on vacations with cell phones and computers. It really does.
And a lot of people
it
have
really
those
does.
jobs
And
where
they'll
they
say,
have
I
to.
have, see,
And they need to set boundaries, right?
Whitney, pardon me, and I'll probably get some emails from it. We don't have to. The greatest thing we could learn is that the world's going to keep going without us, that we're not that indispensable. I think that's sobering. Society that never seems to know how to stop.
Because one day we will die, and the world will keep going.
It will keep going. You know what somebody told me not long ago? I loved it. Said, you know the 3 greatest words? You know, you and I talk about great words.
Yes.
Life goes on. It's kind of sobering.
Yes.
Life goes on, Whitney. And I just think that we have to really pull the brakes back and say, no, just ease it. When I got back from New York, I just have to say this. When I got back from New York, I had a touch of the flu. So I hung around with Susan and Jason at their house. But Whitney, it was no cell phone, no email, no computer,
and you were 400 miles away.
Just kicking back and just enjoying, just being.
Wow. After running around New York for days.
After running and loving New York, because that was a recharge for me.
Sure.
But there's also a recharge of, okay, I'll go back. But this is the tragedy. I went back to work yesterday, Monday and Tuesday, and I nearly killed myself.
Oh.
And I'm being, what? That's like, Nikki.
Yeah. You were there, what, 10, 12 hours?
Yeah. But because I had a lot of energy, I was raring to go and didn't say, okay, I got to pull back, which is why I did today.
And it's important to not get to the burnout stage, because then talk about fire, right? It's an inferno. I mean, we're ugly to the people that we love. We don't do work well. It's just combustible.
I saw it again yesterday in a situation where it was just toxicity coming out everywhere, and it was because of burnout in someone. I know it was, but we were able to name it, and that's good too. When you can name it. Oh my gosh, it's really not about you or about this. I'm burned out. I need to get some rejuvenation. Yeah. That's why, again, in my religious tradition, retreats were very annual. My father used to go every year to a retreat.
Did he?
Every year. And he'd always come back so nice.
Huh.
It lasted for a day.
Was it a religious retreat? Just a spiritual retreat?
And it was silent.
Oh.
Can you imagine you and I on a silent retreat?
No. People have invited me, and I just...
I would love for us to do it.
Really?
I think we'd get more bonded.
Could we do it?
And we'll be back to let you know.
Something to think about. Silence in the new year.
With me!
We just might have to do it.
I think we ought to try it, Whitney, and let the viewers know if it works.
Okay. I hope this helps prevent you from burning out in the new year. Well, this is the time of year when those famous mint cookies become available. So when Laura McDavitt told me that she had a recipe that tasted similar, that you could have all year round, I said, we have to make those.
Yes, we do.
And this one, my daughter Sydney Joy especially wanted to make them, right? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay.
You're going to teach her how to do them.
I promise, she's in good hands. All right, step 1. What we're using, your main ingredient for this is the wonderful old almond bark that everybody knows that we have and that we use and that we get. Okay. Now the trick to this is that we have to microwave the almond bark, but you have to do it in such a time frame as not to burn it. So our initial time is going to be for 1 minute, 30 seconds, and then you do it in 30-second intervals, and it takes approximately 3 minutes to totally melt your chocolate for you. All right, so our first minute 30, and as you can see how it's still firm and everything? Now when you touch it, you see how it's starting just to give? So what we're doing at this point in time is we're starting to aerate the chocolate to get it into a better melting stage. Right. Time for another 30-second interval. It's yours, take it away. And it takes approximately 4 times of the 30-second intervals. Okay. Now, at this second timing to where it's starting to turn the chocolate like this and it's actually starting to spin and we're getting the lumps out of it as we twirl and mush and everything is when we start to add the secret ingredient. The reason why we add the secret ingredient at this point in time is because we want it to mix in totally with all of the chocolate. Now, this is concentrated peppermint oil that you can purchase at any of the cake baking places. I think I got this at one of the hobby stores. Now, what you want to do is just 3 drops. All right, we're going to need another 30 seconds. Ah, look, see how much more it's melted? We may only need one more 30 seconds. But it is just a matter of using your big strong fork and stirring and whisking it. Let's put it in for one more. Let's do 15 seconds this time.
Okay.
Okay? All right, perfect. This is the consistency that you wanted in, okay? Now, it will stay this throughout the rest of the process. These are your cookies. You can use any kind of these crackers that you like. The best way to do this is just drop them in like this, right there. Now, this is where we do this part. What we're going to do is we're going to cover them. Now, you've got it covered on both sides, and because this is like this, so now this is the point in time where you take it like this, and you're trying to get as much chocolate off as possible. Now, what are those sprinkles do you want to use?
I want to use the peppermint ones.
You want to use the peppermint ones. Okay. And I'm going to take one, and we're going to throw in a little bit of chopped pecans on it, which is always good. Now that we've completed this step, what we need to do is we need to take these, put these in the refrigerator, and they need to sit there for 10 minutes so that they can go ahead and set up. There we go. Now in 10 minutes, we're going to have cookies, and we get to taste them and see what you think. Now, when we want to present, and it's easy just to do this, you just take them, and they come right up.
Okay.
Come on.
Great.
All right, we are finished. This is what we've created in that time that you were gone.
They're beautiful.
So Sydney's made the ones that she likes, and she wants you to taste this now.
Okay, let's see if they taste as good as
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I know. Who knows? Oh, no, I want one, too. I like mine with the pecans. Bergeron pecans, you never go wrong.
You're not going to have these year-round. A cookie made in heaven.
There we go. So,
well done.
Thank you for inviting me over today. Sydney, I hope you enjoyed yourself and you learned something.
I did.
I'll see you back next week, and you'll show me how to make them again. Practice.
I can't wait. Let's do this every week.
I do have more recipes.
Much more weekend with me coming up right after this. Yummy.
Good.
Maggio, the only way to go. Maggio Buick GMC, your satisfaction's our specialty. We really deliver on Falls River, here in New Roads. Small town atmosphere, legendary service for over 60 years. Maggio, the only way to go. The only way to go, that's Maggio.
On the lakes at LSU rests the Cook Hotel and Conference Center. When you're traveling to Baton Rouge, the choice is simple. A prime location for business or pleasure. Family-friendly, unparalleled service and hospitality. Complimentary full buffet breakfast. Business efficient. 128 distinctive deluxe rooms and luxury suites. Private and relaxing campus environment unique to the city. When you're traveling to Baton Rouge, the choice is simple. The Cook Hotel and Conference Center at LSU.
We're Cadillac women. I'm a cowgirl, but I like to ride in style. I'm a broadcasting major, and I want everyone to know that I love my Cadillac SRX.
Always me too. You can count on Jerry.
Thanks so much for starting your Sundays with us here on Weekends with Whitney. We would love to hear from you. You can go to our website, weekendswithwhitney.net. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great Sunday. Hope to see you back here again next Sunday. Until then, we leave you with this.